Hi, I'm Nicole.
And I'm Megan.
And today we're going to tell you the said listening styles of your favorite TV characters.
Cam from Modern Family.
Oh, I'd say Cam is a support listener.
Yeah, because Cam is often concerned with feelings, making sure other people feel like they are taken care of.
He's a dad.
He's a dad, especially with Lily, his daughter.
Anytime he interacts with Lily, he's very sweet and kind and understanding. He caters to her
Yeah.
emotions.
And he preemptively is concerned about how someone else might react to something.
Yes. Yep, I like that.
Carrie Bradshaw.
I'm going to go immerse,
I think I agree.
right?
She asks a lot of questions, and they're not leading questions. They're questions to gather information. She approaches things with a sense of curiosity.
Yeah, if you think of the four of them in the series, in the original series, like sitting at a table having a brunch, she's not the first one to lean in with criticism and judge.
Right.
She's not the first one to meet the emotion of the moment. And I don't think she's pushing forward or jumping. I think, yeah.
Just soak it in.
She's soaking it. She's going to ask a follow-up question, and it's going to be a what-based question, like, tell me more kind of stuff. Let me gather more. I mean, immerse.
Olivia Pope.
Olivia Pope.
This character.
How dare you?
I know.
Scandal?
At my TV. I know. I haven't watched it.
Okay, well, get on it, first of all. Then please be silent while I think.
Okay.
I'd say advance. So she's like a fixer, right? She's like a fixer in DC. She's out there doing that. And so whenever she's hearing information, it's always, what are the repercussions? What are the consequences? What are the ramifications? And how can I get ahead of that?
Okay.
How could we answer that? Advance.
Makes sense.
Coach Taylor.
Okay, let me think. Coach Taylor at home. Coach Taylor on the field.
I don't watch enough TV.
I want to say advance because he's a coach. I mean, do you know the gist?
No.
Football coach in Texas forever?
No.
You're missing out again.
Okay, I see. I know.
Yeah. I want to say advanced because of the coaching nature. But I actually kind of think he's doing a little bit more of discerning, like that's right, that's wrong, that's good, that's bad.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Please.
Because part of discern listening can be mentoring others to help them find their own solutions.
Yeah, I
So
like
you do
that a lot.
as a coach.
I do find that true of Coach Eric Taylor.
Okay, so he might be a little combo, sounds like.
Yep.
Okay.
Eleanor Young from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yeah.
Remind me which one she was. I did watch that
The
movie,
mother.
but The mother, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh, oh.
She discern all over the place.
She's judgy, but she also tells people what to do. So I'm also thinking maybe advancey.
Like the consequences of this will lead to that, therefore you should do this next.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's got some really strong, firm beliefs
She's a little
about what's
bossy.
right, what's wrong, what's the correct behavior, what's the incorrect behavior.
Yep.
And that I don't know that she could stop herself from processing that.
Always critiquing.
And because movies have characters and television shows have characters where you grow, of course, obviously, that expands a little, right? We're really,
She has some character development.
characters are caricatures. So you're in a box here, and then they get a little, they broaden more and lean into that support listener a little bit more eventually.
That's true. Yeah.
Leslie Nope.
Oh, advance.
Absolutely.
That girl.
Everything is,
Okay,
here's what
yeah.
we should do next. Here's what we should do next. Because of this, now we're going to go over here and do that.
Yep.
Can't stop herself from that's a great idea. Let's put up a board of the 50 things we're going to do next, and then adds another thing to the board.
I'm going to add something, though. She's a cheerleader. She's also a support listener. Everybody who comes
Not
to
to
her-
Jerry.
Not to Jerry. You're right.
Nope.
But she loves to cheer people on in that office. And she's very rah-rah. We can do it.
Yeah. Even at times when people are like, I don't want to be rah-rah anymore.
Yeah.
Which is very support.
She sometimes overdoes it.
Yeah.
On the cheerleading. Yeah.
Particularly if she hasn't had enough JJ Waffles, for sure.
You know, amen.
Yeah. I mean, we really know how I've watched the show like 13 times. All right.
Annalise Keating.
Oh, Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder. She, law professor, and then also gets into some tricky situations. I'm trying to think if it's advance or discern, because I think that it would be advance or discern. I think discern.
So here's how we decide.
Yeah.
Is she a problem solver or a problem finder?
problem finder. That is how you decide. Problem solver, problem finder, problem finder.
So that would make her.
Yeah, I mean, that would make her a discern listener. Yeah, because her students really do help problem solve. They also create a lot of problems. But I would say that without them, she's maybe not getting to the end and getting to the solution. Sweet.
Very good.
Randall Pearson.
From This Is Us. I want to go into support because he's such a crier. Oh, man. Lindsey Brown is good at crying on the camera. It is so good. So I want to say support because of that. I watch an intense amount of television. It has occurred to me.
I'm learning this about you.
Yes.
Listen, we don't have time to do much around here. I don't know when she's getting this TV in.
Can't tell you. I don't know. Yeah. I want to lean in support because he cares very much about feelings. He cares about his mother's feelings. He's listening to that and taking it in. Even at times when his brother is probably not the best to him, he's still like, I don't want to do anything to hurt his feelings. And so even at times when maybe some criticism would be warranted or some, here's how we should move forward. But I also am leaning into a little immerse and a little advance. Ooh, I like it. It's a good one. I'm going to go home, watch a little This Is Us, make an assessment. Yeah, he does.
Interesting.
Janine Teagues.
Oh, Janine Teagues, Abbott Elementary. All right, I want to think about when she's like in the hallway talking to other teachers. What do I think her... I want to go with a little bit of immerse and a little bit of advance, which is really a combo we don't talk about a lot, advance immerse combos.
That's true. That's unique.
Because I think she has the curiosity, but she's got an eagerness to her of like, we there's only so much time that we're going to make a difference in these students' life. There's only so much we got to keep moving to get better. We got to make everything better. So when she's hearing things, it has that inertia for action, but there's something about the desire to hear and hear more that makes me think a little immerse.
Interesting.
This is fun.
This is fun.
What
else you got?
Core.
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
It's got to be discern, right?
I think it's discern.
Right? That she's going to walk out of that back annex and she's going to pop off something that's a judgment of somebody else.
Rarely does she think. I'm like doing process of elimination.
Yeah, that's a good way to figure out someone's style is, are they this or not?
I think so.
Yeah.
So very rarely does she care about someone else's emotions.
Right.
She's very self-involved and concerned about her own outcome.
Uh-huh.
So cross out.
She doesn't want to hear someone else's story if it doesn't relate to her. So she's not immersed.
She's not immersed.
And she doesn't really like do her job. So I don't think we would call her.
Doesn't take action.
Right.
Discern it is.
Yeah, discern it is.
Discern it
Process
is.
of elimination on that one.
Listens at all.
It's true.
The Duke of Hastings.
That was a really loaded. Oh, this is fun.
And some devil.
I mean, okay, this is fun. I'm thinking about he interacts a lot in that first season. I mean, the only season he's in with the Viscount. I don't know how you pronounce that word. It's one of those. I don't know which letter is silent.
You know what's interesting?
Then Daphne, and then also
The Queen.
the Queen. So
He's a adaptive listener, I think. I'm trying to think of how he listens to each of those characters. And there are some differences.
yeah, he is. I think he takes in. I think he's kind of immersed. I think immersed because there is a lot of processing and thinking through. Not that his conclusions are always the correct conclusions, all right? He made a wrong choice by not being honest with his wife from the beginning. But it was still with this thoughtfulness that was happening and trying to get a completeness of something.
Yeah.
I like it. Good answer. Immerse.
Ted Lasso.
I mean, you got to say support, right? Like when you think about showing up for people, validating their emotions, caring about what their emotions are.
Here's what's funny about Ted Lasso. So one of the things we say in the book is when you start to get good at adaptive listening, people will notice that you're doing things for them and they'll know how they feel, but they might not get why. And that's kind of a Ted Lasso thing, right? Like at first people they weren't sure about him. And then you start seeing their facial expressions like, okay. And by the end, everyone's in love And that tells me he's giving everybody what they need in different ways, and it takes them a while to figure out how he's doing that.
Proclamation.
Yeah, he might be it.
Ted Lasso might be the best adaptive listener on television.
I think you might be right.
Straight up adaptive, meaning that is a listener who knows what the situation demands, what the person needs, and can swap their way through support, advance, immerse, discern.
Yeah, sometimes he gives great advice. Sometimes he mentors others to figure out problems on their own, which would be discern. Sometimes he just takes it all in.
Yeah, and is like,
And
this isn't a
listens-
thing to be moved on right now.
Lets them vent, lets them cry, so that's immerse.
Well, there you go.
And certainly he's a support listener.
Yeah.
Validating others' emotions.
Okay, I am going to also rewatch all of the seasons this weekend, so I can verify the claim that he is the best adaptive listener
Yeah.
on television.
Another reason that Ted Lasso rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's it and that's all, folks.